Okay, guys. Just to start moving along, we went through the significance of September 11. We went through basically how all these numbers that they're showing us, 11. We went through 77. We didn't touch the pentagon, but there's another pentagram for you getting hit. We talked about the 110 story, there's the number 11 again. We talked about all these things, but I'm gonna to finish it off. I told you that I would get back into United Airlines Flight 175. So this is where everything really begins to start really linking up. So to show you the links here, I'm going to take 175, and there's this. It's Gematrix.org, and with this is a gematria calculator. So you can take numbers, names, words, and values and actually convert it. Gematria is a little different than the numerology we've been using. Gematria takes these things, and then Hebrew letters have numerical correspondences, and so you can actually make every word written in Hebrew, and then you can convert it into a number and vice versa. So if you go to the Gematria calculator and then type in 175, so what corresponds with the number of 175 in Gematria, these results will come up. The top here is Nero. I also want to add that Nero actually corresponds to 666. What else do we have? We have Pope, we have Raphael, Dollar, and then, isn't this interesting? Right here we have Corona, okay? So, this is starting to get a little strange, but hey, we have Corona. We have Pascal, we have the code, we have Flint, good old Flint, Michigan. We have King of Hell, okay? We have Corona again. We have Bill Maher. We have the Arch of Bell. The Arch of Bell is actually an interesting one. I could make a whole other video on that, but Baal is a deity that corresponds. It's basically the same deity as that owl we talked about earlier, Moloch. If you Google search it, Baal they built a giant Arch of Baal right in front of the United Nations building in New York. They built another Arch of Baal in the center of London, massive ones, and this is that deity, that owl deity, and Baal is also referred to as the King of Hell. So now we have, back to things, so now we have links to Corona, okay, so, here we go, and then now we're at today's events, and today's current events, and there we go, we have, which started making me nervous right when I saw them, was these two ships pulling into harbor outside of New York and Los Angeles, the Comfort and the Mercy. So, we've been taught long enough. At this point, bells should start ringing, because, there we have our two pillars at either side of the nation, and we have a red cross. A red cross is associated with the Knights Templar, and its connection. And the Knights Templar and Freemasonry are very close relatives of each other. Back to the Gematria calculator. We can do comfort. We can type in the word comfort and get what this word adds up to. So we have the pale horse. The pale horse is the horse in the Revelations that brings death. We have March 9th, which is a significant day in the coronavirus timeline. We have 118, so close, 117. We have crucified, okay? We have beast mark, or the mark of the beast, and this is what I think this is all leading up to. Do some research on yourself, on for yourself on Bill Gates and ID 2020. And they also, this microchipped in this vaccine administered system is actually, the patent number was 060606, and the legislation that they're trying to push through, the bill number was actually 666. So 6666. So some strange correspondences with that, and that involves the microchip biometric vaccine that they're trying to be the answer to this this virus. We have Lucifer. We have the Death card. That's a tarot card. So we have the Death card here. We have Freemasonic here, and I will also bring up the Sacrifice. So that's what came from the word comfort in the Magick calculator. We can also type in mercy. So I typed in mercy, and what we came up with here is goodbye. I thought this was really funny. We have Hillary and Lucifer. Hillary was probably supposed to be the president of the United States, but she was so disliked they couldn't even cheat and let her win. She couldn't even win with cheating. I mean, that's rough. But we have Hillary and Lucifer. We have deity. We have April horror. Okay, the term April horror. All right, come on, guys. How many of these guys? How many of these coincidences do you need? I mean, one or two of them, you know, you could laugh at me and call me a nut, but I mean, if you're still just in denial on this stuff, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, how many coincidences do you need, or synchronicities do you need? I mean, either if all these events and all this stuff wasn't carefully planned out, and these things are, this is then it's just unbelievable. It's even scarier, you know. It's even scarier if these things weren't planned out. But we have 518 disinformation. That's your mask. That's all the bullshit that the CDC and all this stuff. The number of people dying, which we all know at this point, it's almost mainstream news, that are grossly inflated. We have goodbye. We have contacting aliens. You know, during this they had the UFO thing. Do you remember that? The UFO, the government acknowledged UFOs. It was mainstream news, so you even have that in that timeline. We have a code of conduct. Okay, so this is you know, your social distancing. You're wearing your masks. Closing of the store. We have Queen Isis. Okay, so then here we go. We have back to that moon, moon symbolism there, and then just to you know, just on a separate note, you know, the International Space Station. I mean, spell it ISS, ISIS. Okay, so they throw this stuff in your face, and they always been throwing it in your face, and then people just don't have the eyes to see, and hopefully, with this video, after seeing this video, you start seeing having the eyes to see a lot of this stuff. And believe me, I tried to make this a short video. There's so much more here. I can do this all day long, all day long. Okay, so we have Spirit of Hate. We have Moon Spirit. Okay, the God of War. Remember we talked about Antares, Mars. So we have war. Father Mithras, okay, that's a whole nother video. The day, 5/18, May 18th, that was, few days ago. I don't know what happened on that day specifically, but so what I'm gonna invite you to do is start like looking into these in just regular news stories. We had March 9th on that on out of the comfort gematria. Global markets are tumbling. Okay, so as the case climb to more than 108,000 globally. Okay, here's that number again: 1 plus 8, back to 9, right? With at least 2,700 cases outside China. 27, 2 plus 7, 9. Again, back to 9. We have oil problems. Let's see. We're looking for more numbers. Here we go. There are now more than 5,600 infected people in the U.S. Okay, we have 11. 21 cases on the Grand Princess cruise ship. So this is just picking numbers out of regular cruise stories, you know, just for fun and games. Let's take this, and then we'll throw this into the calculator. What do we get? My name is Lord, Heaven, Dove, I see you, Realm of Purification, Trans-Dimensional Kingdom. I think, hold on a second. Here, this was just, I think, yesterday or the day before. This is really interesting. NASA scientists detect evidence of parallel universe where time runs backwards. May 19th. So you can just start picking this stuff apart. Like, all this stuff, I mean, it's either like, they are just making stuff up and putting it on the news to use these symbolisms. I mean, like, you can just do this all day long. Let's see. Let's do Fauci. Okay, Control C. Well, we'll finish. We'll finish. Let's go from the bottom here. Self-destructing. That's the cruise ship name. Good Destiny. Producer. Geometry. Solar deity. We have the solar deity. Back to that masculine over the feminine. To speak is to create. The number of gematria. Here we go. Here's a big one right there. So I mean, like, there's little clues right here. The number of gematria. Kingdom of the Antichrist. Cure for all diseases. The Horus Matlan, so there's that sun deity. Beelzebub. Rapture, Gematria. I mean, I just put this in randomly. Immaculate Conception, Peace and Happiness Dimension, Palace of the Lord Christ, the Celestial Promised Land, Trans-Dimensional Kingdom. Well, let's do Fauci. Just out of giggles, let's do Fauci. The Angel of Healing. Oh, that's nice. A list, order, demons, Maleficent, Castle, the Enoch, Ronin, hot dog, middle finger, background, I am king, feminism, leather, seek it, sins, digits, robber, and I mean, there's just, you can just probably just do this endlessly. I mean,